Hello, everybody. Cody here, Bossposes, and today we are going to be learning something else fun for you guys. So we're just going to cut right to the chase today. We're not going to make this overly complicated. I'm just going to show you guys how to make and store your own brushes inside of Blender 5 in case you want to make your own alphas and stuff like that. I'm going to show you how you can paint your own textures. Like if you want to make an image cobblestone, you could paint cobblestone onto your sphere. So let's get started. So the first thing you obviously want to start with is a sphere. Just subdivide it a bunch of times. You don't necessarily have to smooth it, but for presentation, I smooth mine, so make sure you go ahead and do that. And the next thing you actually want to do when you're done that is take an image and go to Claude or whatever it may be and ask it to make it a grayscale image, and you'll get an image that looks something like this. So I'm just going to download that image right there. Okay. The next thing we need to do is set up our brush inside of Blender. So I'm actually going to choose Draw. Draw is always the best brush to start with. And if I go over to the side, you want to click the little wrench at the top. That's your tool. And if you click the brush icon, you can see all your brushes at the top. And if you notice, I still have two moon brushes that are in there. And I can paint some like moon landscapes and stuff like that. But today we're going to be doing cobblestone. Okay. So the first thing we want to do with this brush is we have to duplicate it. So click the little drop down arrow and hit duplicate asset and rename it. So we're going to call this Cobble 1 and we're going to save it to our user library by default. That just means that it saves throughout the whole project, and you'll see down at the bottom that we now have a Cobble 1 brush. We will change this icon later, but first we need to render an image of the icon first. So we first have to start painting the image, okay? So press N on your keyboard, go up into Tool so you can bring up your active tool menu. We want to go to Texture, we want to click New, hit the little pill icon, hit Open, and then we want to find that grayscale image that we downloaded. So I'm going to go to my downloads, I'm going to take the grayscale, and it should just pop up here in just a moment. If it doesn't, just wait. Okay, change this to area plane if it's not, or tiled. This is just how your paint goes on, or your brush strokes go onto the sphere, so we just want it to go on by area. So let's go down to stroke, and we're going to change this to anchored, so when we click and drag, it's going to make the texture bigger. So if we went ahead and we clicked and we dragged, you'll notice that we do have somewhat of a nice grayscale image on here, and it has full depth. But the reason why this is going up so much is because we have the strength on full, and we still have some tuning to do on the thing. So if you notice, that's a really good cobblestone image from what we got right here in our grayscale, and we can get Claude also just by asking it to upscale this even more. So let's go up into the top, and then from auto smooth, we're going to put this on about 50%. You can also subtract your design if you want, or add. I plan to use add because this is stone, so it will protrude out, so it'll look something like that when it's full. And if you wanted to save an icon for this, we have to render it. So what we want to do is go into our camera. If there is no camera, add one. So we're going to go into object mode, add camera. I'm going to press insert on my keyboard. I have fly mode enabled, so I can just use my mouse and WASD to move. And we're just going to line this up to give us a good preview image, and we can just render this as a default PNG. So go to your render settings, go down to where it says output, change it to image and then to PNG, and then enable RGBA so it has the transparency in the background. We forgot to do one thing. I need to go to Eevee, and then what we need to do is go down into film, and then we need to enable transparency, and that just gives us the transparent background in the back of the preview. So this is likely what it's going to look like once we render it. So if I go into my full render mode, that's what our preview image is going to be like. So what I recommend you do now is take your texture, go down and just add a light material to it, and just kind of make it a little bit darker, and then go into your diffuse and turn up your roughness a little bit, and maybe even some metallic, to give you a nice preview image, right? And then what we can do is just add a simple light or whatever it may be to the scene. So we can do something like that, go back into the camera view, and that'll be our preview image for when we do this. So we're just going to go back up. We had 16 samples. So let's just go ahead and render the image. Okay, this will be our preview image. It looks fine, so it's going to look something like that. So what we want to do is save it. So we're going to go to save. With this window that pops up, just save this onto your desktop. Save it as an image, PNG. Make sure RGBA is enabled, and just turn your compression down a little bit, and then just hit rename it, and then hit save image. Okay. Now, once that's finished, now we got to go back into sculpt mode to add that to our brush. So just click your object, go into sculpt mode. And then from here, click the tools over at the side. So you don't need to be in the end panel, but you can do it from here as well. But I recommend you just do it over at the side. Click the little drop down arrow next to it. It's called brush specials. And then right here, you're going to see edit preview image. We're going to click that and then find the image that we just downloaded. And then now you'll see that we got that cobblestone image there. And if you look at the bottom, it is now the icon of our brush. So even if I click this, you'll see that we got a bunch of them. I even have a moon rock from yesterday. So if I wanted to paint my moon rock, I could just click and drag. And now I have a nice moon rock landscape on here. So you can get pretty wild with these brushes. Blender works best when you're making your own tools. So I hope this helped you all. Thank you for tuning in. If you liked today's video, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Have a good day.